Sup, chooms? So, I was in the middle of making another video, and spoiler alert, it is going to be a worst of the hair loss industry video. I'm not going to reveal who it is exactly, although I think at least some of you guys probably already know by now. Under any other circumstance, I would not delay releasing a worst of the hair loss industry video, but we've got some breaking and very important news here, chooms. And I am so happy to tell all of you hair loss witchers that it is actually good news for a change. It turns out that the results of the phase 2 trial of GT20029 just dropped, and unlike some of the recent disappointments we've had about piralutamide, GT20029 is the real deal. And being that I've made several videos hyping this treatment up over the years, I would have been devastated if I had to report bad news to you, chooms, but I don't have to do that now, thank God. I'm going to get into all this in a moment, but just to refresh your memory, since it has been a long time since I've covered this treatment, GT20029 is a new type of hair loss drug unlike anything else we have ever seen before. It is a proteolysis targeting chimera, also known as a PROTAC. I've talked about how it works in previous videos that I'll link below, but the simplified version is that it doesn't just block the androgen receptor in the hair follicles, which is what drugs like Breezula or piralutamide do. No, this drug is custom designed to track down androgen receptors and then tag them for deletion. This allows the body's own garbage collection chemistry to eliminate these androgen receptors, thus making DHT completely irrelevant. How do you like them apples? The phase 1 trial showed that the drug seemed to be safe, but what we've really been waiting for is the much more important phase 2 results, and they just dropped. So, here's the press release. The phase 2 study enrolled 180 subjects with androgenic alopecia in 12 medical centers in China. Different groups got once daily or twice weekly GT20029, and 2 concentrations were tested, 0.5% and 1%. The study lasted for 12 weeks and had a placebo control group. So, both the daily application group and the twice weekly application group had statistically significant improvements in non-vellus hair counts compared to placebo. Not only that, it turns out that both the 0.5% and 1% concentrations had statistically significant results, meaning we now know with 100% certainty that this drug actually works. In the once-a-day group, the 0.5% concentration showed an increase of 16.8 hairs per square centimeter compared to baseline, which was 6.69 hairs more than the placebo group. With the 1% concentration given twice a week, there was an increase of 11.94 hairs per square centimeter compared to baseline, which was 7.36 hairs more than the placebo group. All these results were statistically significant with a p-value less than 0.05, meaning this was not due to chance. In the twice-a-week group, it looks like the 1% concentration was superior to the 0.5% concentration, so the investigators have decided that the optimal dose for GT20029 is the 1% concentration twice per week, and that is the dose that is going to be used in the next trial of the drug that will be in the phase 3 trial conducted in China. From the safety point of view, there were no more adverse side effects than were seen with placebo. Also, there were no adverse sexual side effects whatsoever. Here's a quote from Dr. Yaoji Tong, who's the CEO of Kintor. Quote, "As the pioneering topical PROTAC drug, GT20029's phase 2 clinical trial has attracted significant attention. The conclusion of phase 1 clinical trials in China in the United States has provided crucial safety and pharmacokinetics data at both local and systemic levels. Our phase 2 clinical trial has further affirmed the safety profile of this innovative PROTAC technology for sustained local applications. More importantly, our trial is the first one to demonstrate the initial therapeutic benefits of topical PROTAC compound. A better androgenic alopecia treatment calls for fast efficacy, superior results, and reduced administration frequency. We are poised to demonstrate these objectives in our upcoming GT20029 clinical trials." Unquote. So this is outstanding news here, chooms. I predicted in my previous videos that the unique mechanism of GT20029 would mean it would be more successful than a standard androgen receptor blocker, and that only a low dose would actually be needed. That's because the drug isn't used up in the process of destroying androgen receptors in the hair follicles. It literally just tags an androgen receptor and then can go on to tag other androgen receptors. These tagged androgen receptors are then deleted automatically. Also, this is a pretty good sized study with 180 subjects, and more importantly, the results are statistically significant, unlike what we saw with the recent disappointing piralutamide phase 3 trial results. If you recall the piralutamide results, there were increased hair counts compared to baseline with piralutamide, but there was no statistically significant difference in hair counts compared to placebo. With GT20029, on the other hand, we do have a statistically significant difference compared to placebo. Also, this GT20029 study was only 12 weeks long compared to the 24-week piralutamide trial, and this was also a smaller study than the piralutamide trial, but that's actually a reason to celebrate if you ask me. The fact that we're seeing statistically significant results in just a measly 3 months of treatment is fucking fantastic here, chooms. Most people are lucky if even finasteride can give results that quickly. It's likely the outcomes will be significantly better with longer duration studies. The GT20029 phase 2 trial, while sizable, still had 180 subjects, which was less than the piralutamide phase 3 trial, which enrolled 740 subjects. Usually it's harder to see significant results in a shorter study with fewer subjects, but for a phase 2 trial, this is exactly the kind of result we need to see in order to confirm that GT20029 is definitely the real deal and still in the game. This is excellent news, and I'm extremely optimistic that the phase 3 trial will not only confirm the results we've already seen, but show even better results. I know a lot of people wrote off Kintor completely as being a serious developer of hair loss medications after the disappointing piralutamide results, but this news about GT20029 confirms that they're absolutely still in the game here and a force to be reckoned with. So sit tight, hair loss witchers. We're on the verge of an alchemical breakthrough in our righteous path to defeat the slaphead curse, and soon nothing will stop us. God bless.